Do you really need a cover letter for your Singapore PR or citizenship application?
What is the purpose of having a cover letter? Is it a must to have one?
Is it a mandatory requirement by the Singapore Immigration and Checkpoint Authority?
Is there a standard format to a cover letter?
Can you draft it yourself, or should you hire a professional copywriter to write for you?
Does it mean that someone who is good at writing will be able to draft a strong cover letter for their immigration application?
Hi guys! It can be tricky when it comes to preparing cover letter for your Singapore PR or citizenship application.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's actually one of the most important parts of your preparation process.
A properly drafted cover letter will not only increase your chances of approval, but it is also a very good way to show that you put in extra effort in your application. It will also make it easier for the ICA officer to analyze your profile.
In today's video, we are going to share with you all about a cover letter.
Are you sure we can cover all?
If we can't, don't worry, because there will be a part 2 to continue on this topic. Alternatively, you can also check out our website as we have an article to talk about cover letter. All you need to know is over there.
Alright, if you say so, let's begin. A cover letter refers to a written document to talk about the suitability of the applicants for their intended immigration applications. The cover letter must be personalized according to the applicant's profile. The most common mistake is that applicants prepared a too generic cover letter for their application.
In general, a cover letter is approximately 3 to 5 pages long, and it can include tables to list down your professional achievements and the contributions that you have done here in Singapore. It's about 1,500 to 1,800 words, and it really depends on the applicant's profile, his family's background, and what he has done here in Singapore. Do not have the perception that the longer the letter, the better it is, because it really depends on your contributions.
First of all, the content of the cover letter must be relevant to the applicant, and it must be properly structured. Our proposed way to structure the letter is as such: overview, motivation and long-term plan in Singapore, family background, and educational background.
Of course, not forgetting your career highlights, social integration efforts, as well as your financial viability in Singapore.
Now, let's talk about overview. Overview is a brief introduction about the applicant. A short and brief intro about yourself will give a basic understanding to the ICA officer who is reviewing your applications. We are talking about 4 to 6 liner in a paragraph.
You must clearly indicate your personal particulars and family's background, like your country of origin, family members, ties of kinship, etc. Do emphasize if you have any immediate family members or relatives who are already Singapore citizens or PRs, as this will be greatly advantageous to your application.
Next will be lists of motivational factors. Elena, just how you mentioned about a good point that having immediate family member who are Singaporeans and PR is an advantage to your application. This is a valid reason to show the Singapore government that you are committed to maintain a close family ties in Singapore. It will be even better to include a short description about your future aspirations. If you have a male child, it is also advisable for you to include a few liner to show you are pretty optimistic about Singapore National Service.
The applicant can also include the main appeals of Singapore that makes them want to call this country their permanent home. You may consider including areas like how Singapore's values is aligned to theirs in terms of our multicultural racial diversity, economic and political stability, our healthcare system, world-class education system, and many more.
Right after the motivational factors, applicants also can share their long-term plans in Singapore. So what are long-term plans? Some of our clients will share their future family plans and future asset allocation in Singapore. This will display the sincerity and determination to ICA officer.
Yes, and things like getting married, starting a family, this move is definitely aligned with the government's directions of increasing our population size. As you know, Singapore is currently battling with our low fertility rate and aging population issue.
Actually, we have more to share, but we're gonna leave it to the next video.
In our next video, we are not only going to share the remaining must-have content in a cover letter, but also real-life examples of cover letters prepared by applicants themselves and even immigration agencies.
And I'm sure that you wouldn't want to miss it, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification button, and we'll see you next week.
Bye!